Greetings, ducklings! Spoopy season is upon us, and as you may or may not know, I, Ava, am a spoopy bish who loves herself a good graveyard/cemetery. So to celebrate my return after a long-needed break, I have a fun little contest for my fellow lovers of death architecture. Make me a cemetery. Or a graveyard, either or. I don't care. Make it classic, make it modern, make it big, make it small, make it in Sims 1, 2, 3, or 4. At the end of October, I will go live on Twitch to showcase my favorites and announce the winner. Whoever makes me the best one will get a copy of Cottage Living, or in case you already have it, any pack of your choice. Now, since this is a contest, here are some rules. Rule number 1. No custom content. We use the tools we are given. Equal footing for all. Rule number 2. For Sims 4 creations, upload them to the gallery with the hashtags #UTPB and #SpoopsForAva. That last one is very important. Number 3. For Sims 3 creations, upload them to the exchange and email the link to your creation to undertheplumbobpodcast@gmail.com with SpoopsForAva in the subject line, so we know that's what it's for. Rule number 4. For Sims 1 and 2, take some screenshots and email them to undertheplumbobpodcast@gmail, again with SpoopsForAva in the subject line. Then rule number 5. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram, comment on the post that will follow with your favorite Under the Plumbob Podcast episode, and tell us why it's your favorite. We want to hear what we're doing right and what we're not doing right, so let us know. And then number 7, tag a friend. Tell other people how great you are. Tell a friend, have them tell a friend, have them tell a friend. It's not an MLM, I swear. Just, get the word out there. So yeah, that's it. Follow those 7 rules and you'll be set. So get out there and start filling those graves. I mean, sure, you can use the debug tombstones, but where's the fun in that? I'm not saying I'm gonna give you bonus points for murder, but I might give you bonus points for murder. Good luck, duckies! Bring me the spoops! Entries close at midnight on Sunday, October 24th. Showcase will be on Halloween, the 31st, the Sunday. I'm gonna dress up, and so maybe join me for that. Put on a costume, be all spooky, look at some graveyards, have some sugar. It'll be great. Join me!
Welcome to Under the Plumbob, the podcast about all things related to the EA Maxis series of games called The Sims. We avoid the real world by talking about our made-up ones. In each episode, we'll focus on one of the several rotating themes, including building, gameplay, and lore, and crafting. This is Jen, and we have...
It's Jess.
And it's Ava!
Ava! Ava's back!
Yay! For those who aren't on our Patreon and who don't get the bonus episode, yes, I am back.
Yay!
Hey, this is your first official episode.
Episode.
Yeah, non-bonus episode.
And also a new combination that we've never done before.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I've ever recorded with you guys before. I know I've recorded with you guys separately, but never together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's new.
Yeah.
Because I'm also new-ish.
Everybody gets their start somewhere, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I was the bonus bitch for a while, and now I'm... I said that to my best friend. I said, well, you have to join Patreon because otherwise you don't get me because I'm the bonus bitch. And he's like, no.
Wow, friendship. My goodness.
Friendship's not worth $3 a month. Wow.
No.
To be fair, though, they say the best stuff's behind a paywall, so there you go.
Yeah.
That's where we put all the good stuff.
But yeah, the 3 of us got together because we are pretty crafty. So we were talking
Yeah.
about crafting today, so we figured we'd get the people who actually make stuff. So, what do you guys make?
I crochet, I knit, and I cross stitch. And I don't know if it counts, but I've gotten into cookie decorating lately.
Ooh,
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
absolutely counts. You're making something from nothing, so that counts.
Yay.
I've tried cookie decorating, but I usually just get like a puddle that should be like red and blue and yellow, and then it turns brown, and then you're just like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I try.
You try. There's an effort there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A for effort.
I ended up on, I think it was on Twitter, but I kept seeing all these like crafty videos of people decorating cookies and making like these really intricate anime figures. And I'm like, how are you even human? I don't understand.
I think the most technical I've ever done are my llama cookies.
You made llama cookies? You have to send me
I
pictures
I
of that.
did.
love
Okay.
those.
Totally will. Totally will.
I can't wait to see those.
Yep.
I got into like wire jewelry making over quarantine because, we all do crazy things when we were not allowed to go outside.
Yeah.
So I got into that and I tried to make like a plumb bob. It did
Oh.
not
Ooh.
turn into a plumb bob.
Aww.
Wire jewelry making is hard.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
I had a classmate that made me a wire wrapped gemstone necklace that I have hanging from my car mirror. It's so cool, but I watched her make it and it took her like the entire class day to make
my
just this
God.
little bit.
Yeah, sounds about right. Like I can make a necklace and I can make a bracelet from like very simple wire wrap techniques. But my God, there's some intricate stuff in there that I really want to make, like these
I know.
beautiful tiaras. And I'm like, yes. And when you
Yes.
look at it, you're like, it looks easy enough. It's not.
No.
Don't fool yourself.
Mhm.
It hurts your hand.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And you need like specific tools, like you need a specific like block of steel to harden your wire on, and I'm just like, am I a blacksmith now? I don't understand.
Yeah, you need so many little tools to
True.
do such a little thing.
I'll stick to the fabric arts. I also crochet and I am learning how to knit. I've got a color work cowl in front of me now, like my first foray into color work.
Ooh.
And it's scary. But I'm trying. I also cross stitch and I am learning how to sew.
Oh,
Like how to
nice.
make clothing. I joined a class. It's online, unfortunately, because I couldn't go.
Aw.
I had an in-person class and then they canceled it because there weren't enough applicants. So it was like, well, damn. So I did an online class, but it's with like teacher contact. And I just turned in my first homework assignment, which was sewing straight. Got the hang of that. And now I need to
Nice.
learn how to sew a corner.
Mm.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Once we get to actually cutting fabric, that'll be Panic City because I can't cut straight
Yeah.
to save my life.
Yeah.
They apparently teach you that in kindergarten. Must have been absent that day because Lord knows I can't cut straight to save my life.
I can't either.
It's horrible.
What do you do, Jen?
So, like, I shared a meme the other day on Facebook. It's like people who are artsy with ADHD have like a new thing every week. So, I have like a new thing every week. So, like, my best friend moved away and he was always crafting. So, like, that was something we do together. So, now I do it by myself. So, like, I do painting. I don't know if you can see the one British flag.
That's really cute.
If you can see the little turtle, that's mine. I got into resin. Resin's like my favorite thing.
Ooh.
I tried to do crocheting, but something in my brain cannot comprehend how to go down a line. So I've tried since I was like 18. I can't do that. Like, my brain just can't.
Yeah, I'm trying to teach my wife how to crochet, but she's left-handed and just trying to coordinate how I do it versus how she's supposed to do it.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
the whole
difficult.
challenge. Yeah.
I did this cowl for Scapius, which is a yarn brand from the Netherlands, and they do this like yearly crochet along. And the last one was based on a book, and the theme was around the Natural History Museum in Paris. So like every part was a gallery from the Natural History Museum in Paris. And there's always someone who shows you how to do each section, and she makes YouTube videos. She's really good, but she does it both for right-handed crocheters and left-handed crocheters. I watched one of those left-handed videos once. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Couldn't follow. Could not follow. And like, I'm not an expert crocheter, but I'm a good crocheter. I can definitely tackle some of the harder projects. But my God, I was lost. The stitches didn't make sense. Like, the whole anatomy was off. The direction was, I could not comprehend what was going on. So
Wow.
I don't envy you trying to teach your wife how to crochet left-handed. But I can send you some of the links on Esther's videos.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she does some left-handed crochet stuff that might be able to help.
That would definitely help. Thank you.
And I think there's another crocheter who does tutorials on crocheting left-handed. I'll look them up and I'll send them to you.
Awesome. Thank you.
We need more crocheters in the world.
Yes, we do.
The knitters are taking over again, goddammit.
Even The Sims, they've taken over. We don't have crocheting. We have knitting.
Nope.
No.
Well, at least we have cross-stitch now. That's something.
Yeah, that's
I
something.
want to do that so bad, but like, again, it's one of those things that I'm like, oh, here's a cross-stitch thing that's like, maybe it's not cross-stitch, I don't know, but it's like a kid's craft, and like my brain cannot comprehend how to do the stitching. And my partner picked it up and he's like, it's easy, you just do this, 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 and this. And I'm like, I don't know what you just did.
To be fair, cross stitch can be a little daunting as well, especially if you're working on smaller count cloth, because then your stitches are smaller. And if you look at the pattern, it's very easy to like just have one off. And as someone who did an entire border only to come to the conclusion that one of the lines was just one stitch off so that they didn't line up correctly.
Oh no.
That's so painful.
There were tears.
Oh no.
Because then you have to cut it all, because you can't just pull out to a certain, like, you can if you've just attached your yarn, it's easy to like undo a couple of stitches, but otherwise you have to rip out the entire thing, because it's very difficult to like unpick all those little cross stitches. I was ready to give up. I didn't.
I feel that.
There was swearing. I think it took me an hour of just like ripping out stitches to get to a point where I could continue fixing it again. I was like, oh my God damn it. And even if you're just like one stitch off, you're like, oh, it's fine, just like add another stitch to the other side. Yeah, well, then the entire rest of your pattern's off.
Yeah.
Because then all of the stuff that you need to place within the frame is going to be off. So you're just going to end up fucked over even more. It's just...
Oh my.
Crafting's hard. I'm just saying. Crafting's hard. Everybody's like, oh, pick up some knitting needles and relax. I don't think you understand.
No, there is no relaxing.
No, we don't do this to relax. We do this to stress ourselves out even more, but end up with a cute hat that we made.
Yeah.
That is what we do.
And I just love, like, when I see, like, a hat in a store, I'm like, oh, I could make that for, like, twice the price of the yarn, with the yarn.
So you're like, oh, wow, this is such a beautiful sweater. I'm going to get me some yarn and I'm going to make it. Oh, $120 for yarn, huh?
Oh,
and like 6 months later.
6 months? That's optimistic.
Yeah, that's very optimistic.
I'm actually working on a sweater and I am like 3/4 done with the front panel, and I've been working on it for 2 years now because I keep putting it away and waiting a few months and picking it back up, and it's just I
think the farthest I ever got on a sweater, I got to right where the armholes are.
Yeah.
And then I set it down and never picked it back up.
Yeah, see, the one that I'm working is from bottom up. So
Ah.
I've done the easy part now. So I'm now coming up to the part where it's like, oh, put some stitches aside for the armholes and then, decrease and increase. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So there's this whole chapter as well about how to shape the neck if you want a neckline and like do the shoulders. And there's like, but you could
Mm-hmm.
just skip it and go for a boat neck. You're like, I look good in boat necks. Yeah, I'm gonna go boat neck. That sounds fine.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do.
What's boat neck?
It's like the wide, like shoulder,
Oh.
like yeah, the straight neckline, where you don't really have like a shaped. It doesn't really go around your neck, but it sort of like bears your shoulders a little bit
Oh, okay, okay.
because it's like less work and less faffing about. Because I was just like, I could try it, but if I mess up and have to undo everything I've done to that point, I will never pick up a knitting needle again.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like for me, that's why I prefer crochet over knitting because it's much more forgiving. If you
Yeah.
mess up a stitch, you just pull it out to where you made the mistake, you correct it, and you continue. With knitting, if you drop a stitch, or if you do something wrong, or if you like accidentally create a stitch, or whatever, if you mess up in any way, it's like, fuck. 1, where did I fuck up? 2, how did I fuck up? 3, how the fuck am I gonna fix this? Because that's the one thing I can't do in knitting yet. I can't fix my mistakes.
I can fix easy mistakes, but there are some that's if it's bad enough, it makes me want to put down the entire project.
Yeah. Makes me want
'Cause I
to put
hate
down the
frogging.
entire project in the bin.
Mm-hmm.
Just open that shit up, toss it out. This never happened. I was like, oh, I'll get this incredibly expensive skein of yarn. I think it was like $79. Beautiful yarn. And I'm going to knit this shawl. And it's with lace work. That's great for beginners, right?
Oh no.
Oh no.
No. No, it was not great for beginners. I think I completed the first part of the lace work, and they were like, "Oh, be sure to put a safety line in for when you mess up." So you just put like a thread of yarn through your stitches so that if you do mess up, you don't have to frog the entire thing. You just go to where the yarn is between your stitches, and you can
Mm-hmm.
restart from there. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like put that in. But then I was like, I'm so excited this is going so well. I'm gonna start part 2. So I didn't put in the safety line, and then I messed up, and I didn't have a safety line. So I was like, well, fuck me.
Oh
So
no.
I ended up making a crochet shawl out of that yarn because like, I spent all this money. I'm not gonna knit anything with it, but damn well gonna
I'm
use it
gonna
for
use it.
something. It is really nice yarn though, and I did make a very nice shawl with it. But my
Nice.
god, I was so upset. It's like, can't even do the thing right. But still.
So like I've heard though lace is really hard to get on things too anyway. Like
Yeah.
it's really hard to get it even sewed because it's like so easy to just rip.
I don't know if it's the same with like like knitted lace or actual like made lace. Um but yeah, the thing with knitted lace as well is like you have to if you just knit straight fabric, you can look at the row below to see what you like what stitch you used below that, and it's kind of like easy to follow. Oh, I purled that one, I have to purl that one, I knit that one, I need to knit that one. But when you do lace, it's just such an intricate pattern of like yarn
Mm-hmm.
overs and back loops only and this and that. It's you can't really look at the row below and go, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do now. It's not a repeat as much
Yeah.
as it is with
Because like
just
when you're knitting lace, it's like you knit two together and then you're basically dropping that other stitch because you're like wrapping it around and
yeah.
then moving on from there.
It's just it's not so much like a set piece of fabric you're making. It's just that you need to create holes and spaces and then add stitches where you previously dropped stitches, and it's just, oh, it's so complicated, but you make such pretty things.
Mm-hmm.
One day.
The end result is always beautiful, but it's the journey getting there. It's a little perilous.
Yeah, unfortunately. Hey, you know what's also perilous? Crafting in The Sims.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because even from the dawn of time, and by that I mean the year 2000, when The Sims 1 came out, we had to give our Sims something to do, right? You can't just go to work, come home, eat your dinner, go to bed, rinse and repeat. That's like all work and no play makes you want to drown someone in a pool. So we needed to give them something to do. And of course, there's like the standard, you can watch TV, you can go for a dance. But sometimes you just wanted to let your Sims do something with your hands. And in Sims 1, you could do that. Because in Sims Live and Large, which was the first expansion pack for The Sims ever, you got the Craftmatic woodworking table, and you could use it to make garden gnomes.
Ooh.
Yep.
The garden gnomes.
Yep. And then in the last expansion for The Sims, no, I don't think it was last. I think Superstar was last. I'm not sure. Was it Making Magic?
Superstar was last.
Superstar was last. Making Magic gave us the Craft a Gargoyle workbench. And then you could make gargoyles because more thematically appropriate, I suppose. But yeah, you could do that. And there was even a spell that you could then also craft, because that's what Making Magic also let you do. You could craft charms, and they were those really nice intricate crystals that not only made your home look stylishly spooky, but it also gave you that little magic touch, and you could use like one of those spells or one of those charms to bring your gnomes to life. This could backfire, however, and here's where the peril of the craft comes in. If you were in a good mood, I think it was, then the gnomes would help you with gardening. If you were in a bad mood, they would come to life, kick you in the shins, and destroy your garden.
I hate gnomes.
Oh no.
So that's a thing.
That's a big thing.
Yes. However, if your mechanical skill was high, because the crafting table brought up your mechanical skill, there was actually an interesting little bit of information that I learned from the Sims Wiki about this. Basically, you can make a gnome every 25 minutes, not counting the time required to put the gnome down and walk back to the workbench to start work on a new one. But you basically could sell those gnomes for 100 simoleon per gnome, which pays more than any of the game's 20 career tracks, with much more flexible hours, no need to make friends, no possibility of getting fired, and no need for any job skills other than mechanical. So basically, it made career tracks utterly obsolete. You could just stay home all day, craft gnomes, and sell them.
Cool.
Which I did not know if I had. Oh boy. And then again, I had mother load, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Rosebud.
I love the cheats.
Gotta love those cheats. But apparently, workbenches were so popular that they were expanded upon in The Sims 2. So they came with open for business and free time. And free time actually, like open for business and free time, let you build badge skills if you created, like if the Sims created objects while using them. So you had like the bronze badge, the silver badge, and the gold badge, and that would basically determine which items that you could craft at that table. So when they made a single item, it would be left on the bench, and then you could drag it around and put it on a shelf, put it up for sale or whatever. If you made more than one, so if you would like let them continuously craft, it would go into their inventory and they could put it on a shelf from there. So obviously open for business, let your Sims open a business. And if you owned a business and you had employees, you could assign them to the workbench to keep making these items. So if you wanted someone to just make flowers for you, you just hired someone and say, make flowers for me until they drop. You could do that. I'm not saying do that. Treat your workers fairly. Give them breaks. Please.
Sweatshop in The Sims.
Yeah, but you could do that. So let's go over the different workbenches, because it's not just gnomes and gargoyles this time. Oh no. First, we have the ones from Open for Business, and we start with the That Smells Great floral workstation from Crafting It Industries. So say you want to arrange some flowers. Well, let's take a look at you, Hotshot. I love these little snippets that come with the descriptions of them.
I love them. They're always so good.
Right?
I don't always read them, but they're so good when I do.
They're so good. So basically, it does what it says on the tin. It's a flower workstation. You could make flower bouquets. You were not at the point where you could grow flowers yourself. I think the gardening capabilities in Sims 2 were just veggies and fruits. So no flowers yet, so it's not like you could grow flowers and then use them in a bouquet. You just bought it and then went for flower arranging, and then there were different costs attached, I think, to making a bouquet. Because this came with the whole thing of, I spent this much money making it, so now I have to sell it for like twice the price or 3 times the price, blah blah blah. The whole wholesale thing, I guess. So it cost 1,000 simoleons to buy it, which is already a decent investment. And then you could start flower arranging. So you got a badge for that. It would boost your creativity, and you got the flower arranging badge. If you didn't have the badge yet, so if you were still working on that bronze, then all you could make was a bouquet of daisies. If you had the bronze badge, you could make a wildflower and a tulip bouquet. If you had the silver badge, you could make the rose bouquet, the mixed flower bouquet. And if you had gold, it would add the snapdragon bouquet. Now, all of the previous bouquets were decorative items, but if you made the snapdragon bouquet, it can actually raise your motives when you make it successfully.
Ooh.
And because I think if I remember it correctly, like if you had a vase of snapdragons in your house, and if you walked past it, sometimes they would like, and there were like little powdery clouds around it, like their spores or whatever, and that would kind of like boost your mood. Now, success or failure, yes, you can fail at this, just as anything that you do with your hands, sometimes they can betray you and you can fuck up. So that depended most on the aspiration of the sim doing the flower arranging. If the sim in platinum mood created the snapdragon bouquet, they would almost never create the evil snapdragon bouquet. While they were in deep red, they would always create evil snapdragon bouquets. Now, I hear you asking, what is an evil snapdragon bouquet?
Yes.
What is an evil snapdragon bouquet?
Obviously, it is a snapdragon bouquet that's evil. The end. No, I'm kidding. No.
Bing, bang,
so
boom.
Basically, like I said, when you successfully craft snapdragons, they emit that like pink mist, and the motives of every sim in the room go up. The evil snapdragon bouquet basically does the opposite. It emits a green mist, and then it decays all of your motives, I think, except energy and environment. And from what I know, it is possible to kill a sim this way.
Oh, wow.
Because if they reduce their hunger to 0, that sim will starve.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you can't tell the difference between an evil snapdragon bouquet or a good one. You can only see that when it activates. If the mist is pink, it's a good one. If it's green, it's a bad one. But they look identical, and you can't tell the difference between the two.
Oh no!
Until they. So that's flowers. Careful what you craft. If you have free time installed, because free time gave us hobbies, if you use those workbenches, they will build enthusiasm for the arts and crafts hobby. Then we have the non-deadly robot crafting station. Good thing that's on there. So you want to build a robot. Well, good for you. I love these. Fortunately, none of the robots you can make here are the, oh no, the robot has gone crazy, please help, my doom is assured type. It's just great. This one's a little more pricey. It's 2,000 simoleons to buy. It adds to your creativity and your mechanical skills, and you get the robotics badge for that. If you don't have a badge, all you can make are toy robots. Fun. They raise fun because you can use them as toys. If you have the bronze badge, you can make a clean bot, which is basically a Roomba. cleans messes on the floor. And you can also make the Hydrobot, which puts out fires, handy to have, and it also waters your flowers. Then when you have the silver badge, you can make the Sentry Bot, which zaps intruders. So instead
Ooh.
of an alarm system, get you one of those, electrocute those damn burglars. And you can also make the Munchie Bot, which fetches you food.
Oh,
And if you have the golden badge, you can create Servo.
Servo.
Yup. Now, Sims with a lower mechanical skill are more likely to create robots that start out non-functional. But you can repair them to restore their value and make them operational. So the ones that are made by the crafting station are controlled by an invisible NPC, apparently named NPC Robot, except for servos, which are fully playable Sims with character data. So there's that. Fortunately, no evil robots in this one. It's not like the Snapdragons, and you're going to, end up in a Will Smith movie or something. Again, if free time is installed, you can build enthusiasm for the tinkering hobby on this one. So not arts and crafts, tinkering. Then there's the crazy fun toy bench from Crafting and Industries. So you want to make a toy? Well, buddy, you'll need one of these if you want to try. So there's that.
I like that these all start the same way. That's great.
I know. It's like, so you want to do this. So this one costs $1,500 in-game to buy. It is associated with the creativity skill, and it gives you the toy making badge. If you don't have a badge, so if you're just starting out, all you can make is Sir Bricks-a-Lot, which I think is kind of like a spoof of the pet rock, because it's basically a brick with a face. I love him. I love Sir Bricks-a-Lot. If you have the bronze badge, you can make the Little Heroes fire truck, and unfortunately, the clown in the box. I would say leave that clown in a box and bury that box. If you have the silver badge, you could make the Brinks kite and twirl. The Brinks kite and the twirl, spin, and wobble. I think the twirl, spin, and wobble was a toy for toddlers, and the kite was an actual kite that your Sims could fly. And then if you have the gold badge, you can make the Wet and Wild Water Wiggler, which was like a water toy for the garden. Failed toy making attempts may end up creating evil versions of the clown in a box.
Oh no.
Because of course, the Brinks kite and the water wiggler. So there's that.
Of course you'd get an evil clown.
I'm not going to get into the specifics of what the evil versions do. If you want to find out, you can find out for yourself. I'm not messing with any evil clowns and boxes. No, sir. If free time was installed, crafting at this particular workbench would build enthusiasm for the arts and crafts hobby. Then there was one of my personal favorites, the upright pottery wheel by QuickCraft.
Oh.
It allows you to do pottery while standing up. It's apparently a feature.
Nice.
Yeah, you could make pottery. It would cost you 1,000 simoleons to buy it. It would boost your creativity skill and would give you the pottery badge. If you had no badge, you could make plates. If you're the bronze badge, you could make vases and tea sets, which would raise your environmental motive better if they were in the kitchen. If you had the silver badge, you could make pitchers and pots. They could raise the environment motive from up to 2 rooms away, so this one actually had a range. And if you had the gold badge, you could make the amphora, which was the best sculpture for raising the environment motive in the whole area.
Oh.
And if you craft at that workbench, it would build enthusiasm for the arts and crafts hobby. Then, my absolute favorite, and I'm still salty that we never got this back in any of the other Sims installments. Yes, even Sims 3, you let me down.
Sad.
The mechanical stitching machine. So this is like one of those old Singer sewing machines. So
cool.
A+ for aesthetics. I love that. I would love to get my hands on one of those. Do I have room to put it anywhere? No, because I live in a shoebox. But do I want one? Oh boy, yes.
I technically have one, but I don't know how to sew.
Her,
He's just sitting
my
in the other
heart.
room.
let me send you a video. Bernadette Banner has one. She has a video that recently came up on how to use one.
Ooh.
So she's a historical costume maker, so I think you might enjoy
Nice.
that. So you don't even need electricity. So if you do have a power outage, that means you can still use it because Sims 2 Seasons came with power outages. The pricing game is 1,250 simoleons. It uses a creativity skill and gives you the sewing badge. If you don't have a badge, you can make pot holders, which is the level I'm on. Pot holders and face masks. The bronze badge will let you make teddy bears and curtains. The silver badge will make you able to make quilts, which I am dying to learn. And
I would love to make a quilt.
oh man, I'm just want to. But you need to be able to cut straight for that, and I'm not at that point in my lesson yet. But you can make quilts and an outfit. So basically any one-piece outfit that can be bought, including custom content, but not including outerwear,
Wow.
you could make. So you
Oh.
wouldn't have to go to the shop to go and buy it. You could just make it yourself. It was like,
That's
hey, I made this.
amazing.
I remember this now.
Yeah, and if you had the gold badge, you can make the nifty custom outfit. Now I hear you say, but Ava, what is the nifty custom outfit?
Ava, what is the nifty custom outfit?
Well, it is a custom outfit that is nifty.
That
No.
clears everything up. Thank you.
No. So basically, after you select custom outfit, you can basically choose which gender and life stage to make it for. And so instead of like getting a mannequin figure, the dialogue will display basically an outfit, an outline of the outfit with like 3 color-coded areas, and each area will have a set of textures that you can choose for it. So you can choose the texture of the outfit, you can choose the color of the outfit, and you will make that outfit. And I think the custom outfit for like toddlers and children use the same style. I think you could make like onesies for toddlers and something with like sweaters or something for the children, or dresses, or what, I can't remember what it was, but like there were a lot of different options. And then you got like a bundle of clothes once it was finished, and then you could click on it and add it to wardrobe or sell. I think it was everyday and PJs if it's for toddlers or children, and for others it was only everyday. So I
Wow.
can't really show you like a picture of it because I'd have to go in game and get a screenshot because it's like difficult to find something like a picture of it. But maybe I'll go in game and give it a shot to see if I can get any pictures for our social media. But you were also able to craft like really cute teddy bears and curtains, like legitimate curtains. And the
Yeah.
quilts, you could put those on the wall. Unfortunately, you couldn't put those on the bed, but you could put those on the wall, which was kind of cool. I liked it.
Nice.
Now, unlike the other workbenches, you will need to sit down while using it because nobody's going to use a sewing machine standing up.
No. Not unless it's one of those big industrial ones.
Yeah, and you do need to place a chair in front of it. When I first played the game, I remember this. I was so excited to use the sewing machine, and somehow she just wouldn't do it. And I was like, what the hell? What's wrong? And then it clicked, and I was like, chair? It was chair.
Chair solved it.
Yeah. The products that you make from this particular crafting bench will always appear in a Sims inventory, even if it's just a single item.
Nice.
And if you craft at this particular working bench and you have free time, it builds enthusiasm for arts and crafts.
Yay.
And that was it for Sims 2.
Yep. And moving on to Sims 3. This one, the base game came with painting. So you could already do some kind of crafty thing with just the base game. The skill is augmented by the artistic trait and the extra creative lifetime reward. Sims can learn painting by using the easel, the drafting table, or a sketchbook. The drafting table came with ambitions, and the sketchbook came with university life. They can also take a class at the school or college of art. And then, of
Oh.
course, with ambitions, Sims can register as a self-employed painter.
I really like that part, that you could register as self-employed for like basically
Yeah.
everything you did. You want to be a gardener? Fuck it, you can be a gardener. You want
Yeah.
to catch fish for a living? You can catch fish for a living. Live your dream. You do you, boo.
Exactly. Yes. You are employed doing your passion. I love that. Each like hobby or skill or whatever, skill in Sims 3 came with challenges. So with painting, you got the brush master, which means you've painted at least 30 paintings. Proficient painter means you have painted at least 6 brilliant paintings. And master painter, you've painted at least 5 masterpieces. And you get like bonuses.
Yeah, that's not
with each
easy.
one. No.
That's not easy.
No, God. I think I've maybe done like 1 masterpiece the whole time I played Sims 3.
And then you're like, they sell for the most, but then do you really want to sell it because this is like a major accomplishment?
Yeah.
And then maybe you don't have that aspiration yet for wanting to create 5 masterpieces. So like, should I keep it? If I sell it, does it count? It's a dilemma, man.
Yeah. Big dilemma. Because then you also don't know if you want to let it go, because if the artist dies, the painting value gets an extra 930 simoleons added on.
No, really?
Yes. It immediately bounces up and the rate of appreciation is doubled.
Holy shit.
So yeah, if you paint a masterpiece and your sim dies, you're in for a windfall there.
Okay, so what I did, this was a little trick I used for when my Sims had kids and they sent them off to college, and after college they would be heading out on their own. If one of the parents painted, I would give them paintings and put them in the children's inventory so that they could sell them when they were out on their own for extra cash, because you couldn't give them money.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't transfer money between households, so they were like, what are they going to start out with? So I used to give them those paintings to sell. Now I'm going to have to kill off the parents!
Yeah.
Damn!
Kill them. Not like it's hard in The Sims or anything. No.
It's like death always gives you a bonus.
Exactly.
Just like in our contest.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying if you fill those graves you're getting extra points, but you might. Just saying.
Just saying. Yeah, in university life, if you complete a brilliant or a masterpiece, the opportunities for those, you will be able to paint brilliant or masterpiece level paintings at will. There are different painting styles in The Sims 3, and as you advance, the quality gets better. There are 171 paintings available to paint. Most of them are from the base game, but you do get a few into the future. I'm sorry. Each painting has a minimum and maximum skill cap. So low painting skill, you can't make a high level painting, vice versa. So yeah, once you start leveling up, you can't paint those lower level paintings ever again. This can be overcome in university life, though, because once you hit level 6 of the art appraiser career in either branch, you get the advanced art training opportunity. And once you complete that, you are given the ability to paint paintings at any skill level on the easel. So you could do like a low level masterpiece.
See, I never did any of like these challenges, so this is all new for me. And
Yeah.
considering the amount of hours I've put in The Sims 3, the fact that there's still new shit for me to do, it just blows my mind.
I know. I still haven't done like every single like skill opportunity or career opportunity path. So yeah, some of this is new to me too, and I love it.
And considering, comparing this with The Sims 4, the fact that The Sims 3 is already so old, but you still have new shit to do compared to The Sims 4, where now they're like, here, have some $5 kits to give you some new stuff to do.
Yeah.
I'm like,
let us update one of our old packs.
yeah,
Yeah.
here, we'll give you a free upgrade to give you something new to do. Like, I'll go play Sims 3, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to keep bashing The Sims 4. There are a lot of great things about it. I fucking love cottage living. It's one of the best things they've done so far.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
So good.
But then the fact that they were like, oh, we're going to update the spa pack. I'm like, you doing it again. Good thing it's a free upgrade and not like, oh,
Yeah.
here's a
Yeah.
kit to add on to I might have packed my pitchfork and my torch and flown over to wherever it is their headquarters is, but just the fact that they need to do that, it feels just like the whole thing was just rushed instead of taking the time and going, make sure we have everything that needs to be in this pack. Like, we'll tack it on later, it's fine. Guys, come on.
Nails at the spa? What do you mean people get their nails done at the spa?
What do you mean people would actually like to see the result of a manicure?
Yeah.
Don't be silly. Face masks? No. Who does face masks? I think I actually have one on my desk here that's like unicorn shaped that I still need to use. But who uses face masks?
Nah.
Who would
Not your
actually want
Sims.
to be able to give massages and make money off of them? Nobody.
Not in our game.
Kawaii Stacy, I wonder if they kind of just took that off of her because, like, Kawaii Stacy, I think it was the health pack or there was a beauty pack. One of those had face masks.
Yep.
And then they released that and it broke her mod.
Broke her mod, yeah.
Like, it's been, a month almost? And you can't play her mod right now.
No. It just feels to me that they see all these modders doing these things and they're like, oh, people are actually downloading and using this.
Yes.
Maybe that's something that they wanted, even though that's literally what we've been crying about for months. They're like, give us this, and then modders give us this, and they're like, oh, people actually wanted this? Okay, we'll do it. And then you're just like, I don't know what to tell you. That's literally what we wanted. They probably see, like, if someone else can do it, we don't have an excuse to not do it. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of the, like, custom foods from Ice Munmun, who makes amazing custom foods, and she'd made a chicken coop. She had an active chicken, like a real, like, working chicken coop that you could use.
I remember that.
Yeah. And it was really good, and now they came out with a chicken coop. And I think she was working on cows. I don't know if it was she or another modder who were working on cows, but someone was working on cows. And then Cottage Living came out, and they had cows, and they had chickens, and they had a llama. And, well, that's another shit ton of work those modders did that's now obsolete.
Yep.
But, because obviously people who don't use mods or who can't use mods, like people who use the console versions and stuff, are obviously going to be very happy with this. But then there's, like, people who do use mods who are like, well, I already had this, but whatever.
Yeah. Now you're making me pay to do what I basically was already doing.
Basically. Anyway, I completely pulled this train off track again, so choo-choo!
Choo-choo! Okay. Painting in The Sims 3. And there's also trait-based painting. Each painting has 9 variations that depend on the Sim's traits. All these variations are equally weighed if the Sim has one or more traits on the list. And the variations generally use Photoshop filters to create the effect, and I thought that was really cool. You got your basic painting, then if you're, like, artistic, it gives you, like, a watercolor effect, and it's got a whole bunch of really cool ones. I included the table in our notes, but it's on Sims Wiki if you want to look it up.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, the artistic one always made my head hurt. Because it's just blob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks less watercolor and more just blobby.
Yeah. Also, the Genius one is just like, it's polygons. Okay.
Yeah. I had my Genius Sim paint this, and it came out polygons, and I thought the game was broken.
Oh no, I broke it!
I'm like, what's wrong with this? So, yeah, they never painted again because I didn't know if I was glitching it somehow or what.
I did like the neurotic one, because that just looks like
Yeah.
Someone took some LSD and went partying.
Exactly.
It was like,
It's like an acid trip.
Yeah, basically. Oh, that reminds me of that Stephen Lynch song. You're on acid. No, nobody. No.
No.
Nope,
Look it up.
sorry.
It's great.
There's also still life paintings. At level 5, Sims can paint a still life or a still life sketch. When choosing this painting type, the screen will display a camera interface, and the players can position the camera to capture the still life snapshot for them to paint. And it's got 2 basic effects. Either effect will be applied randomly. At level 7, Sims can paint portraits of other Sims or pets, and the player can take the snapshot in like a camera mode. They will pose while the Sim paints, so yeah, if they're getting painted, they're just going to be standing there the whole time. Portraits take 50% longer to complete, but the value is worth 40% more than regular paintings.
I used to do that when I did generation play.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, I had for each like head of the generation, I had their portrait painted when they were an adult before they died.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun, but it really bogged down my game at one point.
It really did. Yeah, at one point, if they had been dead for so long, like their picture ended up blanking out. I don't know if that was a glitch or...
I never got past Generation 4, so I don't know about that, but damn, I didn't. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. That might have been just my game, like, glitching, but yeah. After so long, like, I would just have, like, empty picture frames on the wall.
This person does not exist anymore.
Another reason that might have been just me glitching out is because I had pictures of, like, all of the kids, because this was my 100 baby challenge house. So I had, like, pictures of all the kids on the wall, too. So I think I was overloading the game.
Jesus. Yeah, no, that probably was your game going like, no. Computer says no.
We're done. Oh, hi, kitty.
This is actually good for crafting because I can't knit or crochet with that little goblin around because he goes nuts for my yarn.
Oh, I bet.
I had to wind a skein into a ball today, and I literally had to go to my mom's house, to my parents' house, and go like, Mom, help. She's like, cat? Like, yeah. And it's worse now because now it's cat and dog, so I need to go to somewhere else to do my crocheting and my knitting. So that's, don't do fiber arts and have pets there.
Yeah, thankfully Louisa, I think after the first couple times I like chided her for messing with my yarn, she'll crawl in my project bag, but that's about it. She won't mess with active yarn.
I had Escapee's Whirl, which is like a flat round yarn cake with thin fingering yarn. That's like gradient, so it transitions to different colors. And literally in front of my face, I saw it happen, and just before I went into, oh no, the dog grabbed it and shook it all over the place, and it just went.
Oh
no! And I was just like, so I had to wind it into a ball, and at some points, because it's such thin yarn, it was just so tangled that I had to cut complete like sections of it out and retie it because I just could not untangle it.
Oh no!
I love him, but sometimes
the pain. I get that.
Really hurt. Really hurt. It's like, I don't mind if it's like DK or worsted weight yarn, like that's relatively easier to untangle, but like fingering weight yarn is just like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
You're just begging for the shelter. I swear I would. I know, I would never. I'm sorry, I would never. He's mad at me because I said the S word.
Oh no. Okay, and back to the painting. And at level 8, Sims can memorize a scene using the cell phone. So if you're out and about, you're like, hey, I want to take a picture of this, and then paint it later. Just take a picture there. Camera interface will pop up, and you can capture the snapshot. And then the Sims can later paint from memory on the easel based on the snapshot taken from the memorized scene interaction. There's also stylized still life paintings. When you reach level 6 of the painting skill, Sims can unlock additional stylized paintings, provided they have the required traits. There are 3 types of stylized paintings, like Genius, Insane, and Somber. The Genius style requires the Genius trait, obviously. The Insane style, obviously, it requires the Insane trait. And the Somber style requires Grumpy, the Grumpy trait. Having the artistic trait will unlock all of the styles for you, though. With the somber, if you have grumpy and the can't stand art traits, the paintings will come out like lonely, desolate, disappointed. Like if you have those kind of moodlets, it'll like unlock that for you. Then if you have the genius trait, you're buzzed. You've had a divine meal, you're intrigued, honor student, learning quickly. You'll unlock the genius one. And then if you are insane, over emotional, neurotic, or never nude, you'll get the insane one. Which I didn't understand that one, but whatever. When you reach level 9 of the skill, it will unlock the somber style regardless of the trait, but not the other two. Why? I don't know. There's a 20% chance that your painting will be displayed at the art gallery, but only if it's sold directly from the easel. Crafted paintings cannot be stolen by kleptomaniacs, but can still be robbed by burglars. If the sim has the extra creative lifetime reward or has completed any of the skill challenges, his or her right hand will sparkle while painting. And I have had that happen.
Well, that's what that does.
Yeah. It's all glittery, and I loved it. When renovating a house as a sim who works in the architectural designer profession, decorating the house with the portrait of the client or member of the client's household will add bonus scores. That I did not know either.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah. They also have like allusions to real life paintings in The Sims 3. They've got like, I've never heard of this first one, Mark Rothko painting. They've got a version of A Girl with the Pearl Earring, Mona Lisa.
Here. Well, damn.
The Birth of Venus, Sunday afternoon on the island of, I'm bad with French pronunciations, Le Grand.
Yeah, no. I know who this is. Oh my god, that's from Amélie, I think.
It's the one with all the people in the park.
Yeah. I think it was Syrah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Syrah. And then Starry Night Over the Rhone
No!
by Vincent van Gogh.
They have Starry Night? That's my absolute favorite painting.
Not the famous Starry Night, his other Starry Night painting.
Still, though, that's amazing.
Yeah.
They have those in Animal Crossing too, and like
Oh, wow.
you can get fake. I think they're called fake, and like some of the fake ones though like do creepy things. I don't remember if Girl with the Pearl Earring is one that does weird things, but some of them will like watch you if they're
Oh, wow.
fake and haunted. It's really cool.
Yeah, and there's always like something not right in the fake painting, so you really have to like look at it and see if it's
Yeah.
like right, so you know you have the genuine one. Like I think in the Girl with the Pearl Earring, like the earring was a dangly instead of a
And you can cheat and Google it like I do because
yeah, same honestly.
yeah, I don't know what these actually look like without. Well, obviously I know what those look like, the Mona Lisa and the Girl with the Pearl Earring, because
They're the famous ones.
yeah.
Some of the big ones. Yep, that was painting. Sims 3 also had sculpting. That was introduced in Ambitions. This skill benefits from the Savvy Sculptor trait, and Sims with Handiness skill improve the skill more rapidly. Sculptors can sculpt with a variety of media, but when they start out, they can only use clay. Once they learn to sculpt with ice, they can start using Sims as models.
I remember this.
Using the pedestrian sculpting station, sculptors can sculpt useful objects like chairs or decorative objects like the silly dancing gator. They can create breathtaking masterpieces, which then can be sold for profit. Sculptors unlock new media as they progress. Sims learn different media as they advance, and each one requires a little bit of a learning curve. Like the topiary, you can sculpt topiary. It's a high level medium, and it won't keep your Sims from accidentally decapitating their leafy lawn ornaments from time to time. Ice sculptures will melt over time unless the character has completed the Ice Personality Challenge, which involves creating a total of 25 ice sculptures. And once again, you can also register as a self-employed sculptor. The media that you can use in sculpting, you can use clay, and you can sculpt with a hammer and a chisel. Metal, which is sculpted with a blowtorch. Wood, which is sculpted with a hammer and a chisel again. Ice is sculpted with a chainsaw. Stone is sculpted with a hammer and a chisel again. And topiary, once again, has a chainsaw.
The stone was a big
Yeah.
rectangle, wasn't
Yeah, it
it?
was like a big gray,
It
rock.
reminded me of SpongeBob when he
It did.
yeah, and he just Squidward just killed his, and SpongeBob painted the David. I think that's what that's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, like the Thinking David or
Yeah.
whatever. The Thinker. Yeah, that did remind me of that too. The Sims need to have 3 pieces of scrap in their inventory to craft anything out of metal. Crafting with metal might burn your Sim, though. I've never had that happen, thankfully.
I have.
Oh no.
Oh.
Ice will eventually melt, like I said, and if Seasons is installed, ice sculptures won't melt in the winter.
Oh.
So as long as it's cold out, your ice sculpture will stay fine. And if a wooden statue is placed in front of a lit fireplace, it's likely to start a fire, like in real life. Unless one sim in your household, of course, has the fireproof home, like lifetime reward. And there are challenges with that one too. You got Chisel Master, which is to make 20 sculptures. Prolific Sculptor, you've made 35 sculptures. Master Sculptor, you've made 5 sculptures of each type. And Ice Personality, you've made 25 ice sculptures. And when you get that one, your ice sculptures will no longer melt. And yeah, I've got a huge list of stuff that you can make out of everything. Basically, you can do statues, stuff for the bathroom, coffee table stuff, dining table stuff, actual furniture to use, and yeah, topiary to put in your yard. Sims may accidentally cut off the heads or whatever of topiaries near completion, which of course reduces the value of the sculpture, but it can be avoided with the Savvy Sculptor trait, because they never decapitate their sculptures. Metal is one of the riskiest to deal with, as a sim operates a blowtorch and can ignite and lead to death.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. So not just are you getting burned, but you could also die from metal sculpting.
Oh, no.
Yep. Can confirm.
Yep. Ava knows.
Oh, Ava does know.
That same risk is present during inventing and occurs regardless of the Sim's sculpting skill level. So you always have a chance of dying, no matter how good you are. An ice sculpture can collapse midway through sculpting. I have had that happen.
Yeah.
That'll destroy it. In addition, it is also possible to end up sculpting the goblin ice sculpture instead of opposing Sim. I have had that happen. I do have a picture of that. We'll throw that in with social media stuff too. Because I have one of my beautiful Sim daughters posing for this sculpture, and her mom sculpted a goblin. Gee, thanks, Mom.
She was not
No.
the favorite child.
Not the favorite. Obviously, that would make it way less than expected, and it may negatively affect the Sim's relationship with the Sim who posed for the sculpture.
Oh gosh, I wonder why.
I wonder why. Gee, Mom, is this how you see me? Sometimes Sims will lick the block of ice before sculpting, and sometimes their tongue will get stuck.
What? Wow. Okay.
And on rare occasions, freeing the tongue will shatter the block of ice into a completed sculpture.
Oh.
I would love to see that. I've never had that happen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Just stick your tongue to a block of ice and pull it away, and oh my god, it's an ice sculpture.
I am the best.
I am amazing. Stone blocks may contain raw gems or metals, which can be found midway through sculpting, and the discovery of the item comes at the cost of losing the stone sculpture, which is being worked on. So, little trade-off there, I guess. There are already decorative plant objects in The Sims 3 which claim to be topiary, but this adds more to it. If a Sim is partway through sculpting a hamper and you don't have in The Sims 4, if you don't have laundry stuff on your lot, you're not going to have piles of laundry show up. But when you do, you'll start getting the piles of laundry. So if your Sim is sculpting a hamper in The Sims 3, but you don't have the washing machine and dryer, you're still going to get laundry showing up on the floor until the hamper is finished and you sell it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Sculpture's environment score is 3% of the value. And in The Sims Pet Stories, Stephen Loyal has to look after Diva, and during this time, he gets the ice sculpture station. He can use the object to make an ice swan and place the swan in his inventory. There is no object stacking in this game, so every ice swan will get its own slot in the inventory instead of being stacked on top of each other. I never played Pet Stories, so if you did, there you go.
No, my brain is dead. I'm sorry.
It was Sims 2 era, right? Those stories were Sims
Yeah.
2 era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It said that may be the precursor to the ice sculpting skill, so that was probably from
Yeah,
time
no,
frame.
yeah. He then has to, like, I think throw a party, and he has to make that ice swan for the party, I believe. Can't remember exactly, but I remember it being a thing.
I think you're right, because I had this and I had the like other one, not the island one,
Yeah.
and I'm like triggering core memories from that.
Yep. All right. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. There's also photography in The Sims 3. You got that in World Adventures, and they improved it some more in University Life. And it was brought back in The Sims 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Children and anyone older than that can learn the photography skill by taking a snapshot using a camera or a smartphone. As an alternative from using the camera, Sims can learn by reading a photography skill book. If Sims graduate from Le Fromage Art School, that's one of the boarding schools in Generations, I do believe, there's a chance that they will learn the photography skill there and come home with a camera in their inventory. However, if both World Adventures and University Life are installed, all children and older than that will receive a camera in their inventory. So you automatically will get that. In World Adventures, Sims who take up the photography skill can complete photo collections that can be viewed in the skill journal. These collections can be completed by taking photographs of various events, objects, Sims, and places. The snapshots will be worth more depending on the skill and the subject of the photograph. Prior to University Life, many pre-made Sims and World Adventures sub-neighborhoods, Al Samhara, Shamli Sim, and Shang Sim La, in case you don't remember, will begin the game with a Shannon Tech Outlaw SE camera in their inventories and have learned the photography skill. Only these Sims possess cameras at the beginning of the game, and when Ambitions came out, Sims, once again, can register as a self-employed photographer. There's different statistics that will be in your little notebook or whatever, the skill journal. The challenges, there's Photog, where you capture 75 unique subjects and photographs. Architectural Eye, where you capture 10 unique landmarks. Human Form Expert, capture 50 unique Sims. Paparazzi, you have captured 60 unique Sims that are strangers. And Shutternut, when you have completed 5 photo collections. So once you do all the other ones, you get Shutternut. What sort of photos a Sim can take depends on 2 major factors. The first is the quality of the camera, and the second is their skill level. Sims with low skill levels won't have access to some of the features, and on the other hand, cheaper cameras just won't do those features at all. Images are stored in a menu accessible from the camera, and they can be sold, deleted, or moved around from there. Each time a Sim takes a photo, it costs money depending on the filter and the size used. Players must counteract this cost by taking photos that are worth more, obviously. Cameras will recognize objects, Sims, events, and places in the game, and will only properly reward Sims for capturing an object once any day. So it pays to make the first attempt count as often as it won't be profitable to have a second try. And I did like that because you can kind of move it around in camera mode while you're trying to find something to take a picture of and be like, oh, if you put it on whoever their significant other is, my sweetheart or something.
Yeah, I love that.
Or you put it on like the couch and it's like something comfy.
Yeah.
It was cool just like moving around trying to see all this different stuff I could take a picture of.
I loved what they had when you like pointed to that your like baby in a crib as well or something. They had that too, like my child or something like that.
Yeah, it's like loved ones and my family and stuff like that. It was just so cute. I love that. There's different photo sizes for you to take. There's the small portrait, the cell phone snapshot, which is bigger than the small portrait somehow, the medium portrait, the large portrait, and the panorama. There's also filters. You can have a color picture, black and white, a sepia tone, and the classic vignettes. You can have Sims pose that'll result in them standing still, and you will cycle through all of your poses, such as a peace sign or placing their hands on their hips. There's no way to get a sim to do a plain maintained pose of any kind. It's just gonna like keep cycling through it. So you gotta pick which one you want and take a picture. There's adventure opportunities that require the photography skill. Occasionally, when a sim checks the adventure board at base camp, local townspeople request that they take pictures of various tomb objects. For example, a Chantless sim local would want the sim to photograph a floor switch for a brochure of the location. So the sim must go to the nearest tomb and take a picture of the floor switch. Even if a sim doesn't have any photography skill and the picture fails, the person who requested the picture will still give them ancient coins for that. Sim still must take a picture of the floor switch, though. While taking a picture, the player focuses the camera onto the floor. It will say, floor switch. At that point, you take the picture. Basically, yeah. That's how you do it. And yeah, that's photography. Also, that was everything that you could get in just like the packs that you bought and the base game.
Yeah.
There was also one that you could get from the Sims 3 store, which I did not even know about. There's a lot of Sims 3 store stuff that I don't know about. And this one is the artisan skill. It was introduced with the Prism Art Studio that you could buy in the store. Sims can learn and increase the artisan skill by using the Artisan's glass blowing and jewelry making station.
I heard about this, but I didn't have this
I
either.
freaking loved it. It was so cool. You can make jewelry, you can make perfume, you can make windows, you can make so many cool things.
I know.
That's cool.
I got the notes for these when I was on lunch, so I wasn't able to copy and paste pictures, but yeah, there are so many cool things that you can make with this thing.
Great. Oh, I love I always had one. I always had that
Mhm.
art studio somewhere in my world so I could go do the glass blade. It was, oh, I loved it.
Yep. You can like basically make like any of the decor, like there's just so many gnomes
Yeah.
and like kitchen decorations and stuff. You can do them all in glass. It's so cool. And yep, that's pretty much crafting in The Sims 3.
All right, so we have The Sims 4. So Sims 4 has pretty much everything, just lesser, of course. So there's woodworking. It comes with like the woodworking table. And then with outdoor retreat, Sims can craft more objects. So like handiness is what you need to make these. And then like also the higher your handiness is, the more you can make too. So like level 1, you get a knife block and a horse sculpture. Level 2, bar stool, and then you have angry, flirty, playful, or sad sculptures. And then the Sims have to be in that mood to craft that sculpture. I've not seen these yet, so I don't know what they actually look like. Sims who have the expressionistic reward trait do not require any emotions to craft these. And then if you have outdoor retreat, you can make a garden pot and planter. Level 3, you get a bunny, dragon, elephant sculpture, and you can do a mirror if you have outdoor retreat. Level 4, an end table and a wall shelf if you have outdoor retreat. Level 5, a large bear and a lumberjack sculpture and a wall hanging if you have outdoor retreat. Level 6 is a dining table and chair. 7 is camping mascot sculpture if you have outdoor retreat. Level 8, you can craft a violin or a child's violin if you have the level 8 violin skill. A guitar if you have the level 8 guitar skill. 9, you can craft a bathtub, and 10, you can craft a toilet, which I feel like they probably should have made those on the same level, but
You would think.
I didn't create the game.
Then again, maybe it's like extra work to like make the piping and stuff for the toilet as opposed to the
Yeah.
bathtub.
That's true. So we have flower arranging again.
It's back.
Yeah. My memory is so bad. Like I don't remember anything that far back, so I didn't remember anything, a lot of what you guys were talking about. So I guess flower arranging just didn't exist in 3?
No, I don't think
Wow.
so.
I did not know.
No. I do have most of the Sims 3 packs, and I don't believe there's a flower arranging at all in there.
No. And you also don't, I don't think you could grow flowers either. It was like herbs, vegetable
Yeah.
fruits, and that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, flowers were just like landscape
Yeah.
items that you could put down.
Okay. Okay.
You could pick them if you had seasons, they'd pop up.
Yeah, those wildflowers, but then they would like just pop up in a little vase if you put them down in the
Yeah.
world and you could sell
Yeah,
them.
it's just like
Oh.
a single flower in a vase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sims 4 Seasons reintroduced the flower arranging table. You can craft various types of flower arrangements. Actually, that's another thing I started doing, but it's all fake flowers. And I'm probably like a level 1 because they kind of all just don't really go together.
Practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
You arrange those flowers on the violets or blue flower arranging table. I'll go by the abilities by level. You can craft basic arrangements with daisies, bluebells, hollies, and chrysanthemums, level 1. Level 2, arrangements with roses, snapdragons, and crocuses. Level 3, begonias, dahlia, and tulips. And then you can start to scent your arrangements with snowdrops and crocuses. Level 4, you got snowdrops, lilies, and Christmas roses. And then you can scent your arrangements with daisies and bluebells. And level 1 arrangements will be of higher quality. Level 5, you can craft with orchids and birds of paradise. You can scent arrangements with roses and dahlias. And level 2 arrangements will be higher quality. Level 6, you scent arrangements with snapdragons and chrysanthemums. Level 3 arrangements, higher quality. Level 7, scent arrangements with tulips and Christmas roses. And level 4 arrangements are higher quality. Level 8, you can scent them with begonias and birds of paradise. Level 5, higher quality. Level 9, scent arrangements with lilies and death flowers. And then 10 is the orchids. And that's it for the flowers. Not really much. You just go through that table. Um, robotics, you've got robotics back again. That came with Discover University because you've got that degree you can do. Is it a degree?
Yeah. Or it's like a club or something. It's something to do with the college, yeah.
No, there is a robotics course, I thought, normally.
Yeah. I think
Something with
yeah.
engineering, mechanical engineering, maybe.
Engineering. Yes, yes. And then there is the club, and then like there's robotics courses with that because it's a skill. So you're like building your skill. There's a university organization. Level 1, you unlock the option to purchase robotic salvage parts on the computer. Level 2, you can craft an RC quadcopter, computer chips, and mechanisms. Level 3, craft a cleaner bot. Level 4, party bot. Level 5, gardener bot. Level 6, fixer bot. Level 7, robo arms. Level 8, servos. Level 9, you can enhance the servos with Sim Defense Matrix Behavior Module. And level 10, you unlock the option to enhance them with Robo Nanny and Behavior Module. And then I'm going to go quickly through the types of bots. This is a chatter bot. They're basic robot toys, and you can give them different names. The quadcopter are remote control vehicles Sims can play with. Cleaner bot will clean the lot by mopping puddles and cleaning dirty objects. I don't know how that goes along with the cleaning pack. I don't know if you guys have tried that yet. So I don't know if it
Yeah.
cleans the
I haven't tried that particular bot for the pack, because like even if I use the Roomba that came with the cats and dogs, it just keeps breaking every 5 seconds. So I'm
Yes.
just like, no.
Yes, and that's getting I thought they were supposed to have fixed that, but I still have it breaking all the time too. So you guys need to get on that. Um
Yeah,
the
Sims team.
Yeah. Party Bot, they play music, serve food, and activate party mode. Gardener Bot cares for plants and tends gardens. Fixer Bot repair objects and fix electronics. The Robo Arm, they're decorative pieces. They can be worn by the sim to have the appearance of a cybernetic arm. When worn on the sim, the chances of being shocked by electricity will be greatly reduced, which comes in handy at the Dr. F's robotics workstation. So that's kind of a letdown that you can't make like a Bucky Barnes or a Edward Ulrich and have a fake arm.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be
Yes.
really cool.
And then combine that with the alchemy table from Sims 3, you got yourself a real full metal alchemist.
Ooh.
Yes. And then you have your servos. They're the same thing like from Sims 2. You can turn it on and off, and they're playable in your household. You can change their name. They have a random set of traits and aspirations, both which are freely modified at any time. An activated servo cannot be sold. And then there's a certain number of craftables with the robotic skill when you reach levels of the engineer career. Experimental motivator. They're devices that Sims can use to deploy motivations, which will use up the device. There are 4 variants: experimental party motivator, study motivator, tidy motivator, and energy motivator. Study and party are level 3 of the engineer career, and tidy and energy are level 4 and 5. I have not gone into the engineer career except I've like cheated somebody that I think should be in there. So I've not done any of this.
I like never use these kind of careers. Like, I really do need to like dig into careers and skills that I don't
Right.
use, because I tend to stick to like the same
Yeah.
handful of ones over and over and over again.
Honestly, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then computer glasses, you have to be level 9 of the computer engineer career. They allow Sims to simulate a computer screen where they are able to access a normal computer actions as well as have the scanning abilities of servos. So I guess like a Google Glass, but it sounds like you'd probably have to sit down, so maybe not like a Google Glass. And then you have the Exomech helmet. They are helmets that are only craftable at level 9 of mechanical engineer. They are worn to access skill gains in logic and robotics as well as become focused. They also work best when worn with an exomech suit, which is the next one. That's level 8 of the mechanical engineer career. They are worn to access servo abilities of hovering and skill gains in fitness and handiness as well as become focused. They also work best with an exomech helmet. So there you go. And then there's juice fizzing. That wasn't juice fizzing in Sims 2. That was like juice making, wasn't it? Or 3, rather.
I know in Sims 2 you had a juicer that you could use to make juice if you had the fruits that you grew from your garden. Like you could make strawberry lemonade, orange juice, apple juice, stuff like that.
Oh.
But that was just drink. It was a kitchen appliance.
Oh.
And the juices that you made, like if you made juice in The Sims 3, it was either their version of alcohol
Yeah.
that you would make with mixology skill, or you could make nectar. That's what you would like use the different fruits that you grew in your garden. You could use that to make nectar.
Mhm.
But like a really like juice fizzing thing is not. I don't think that's like. I think the nectar was the only thing that you could make to sell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this sounds like that, but it's fizzing. So if you have base mental drugs, you can make alcoholic versions of all this. They have like a beer one. That's what I use. I don't use this juice fizzing one, so I don't really know this. But you've got a fizzing station from Sims Eco Life style. You can become better at making better quality fizzy juice like everything else. Reaching max level will grant the Sims the aficionado reward trait.
I love that. I love a good pun.
Yeah.
Or play on words.
So, Sims make an array of fizzy juice flavors. So, there's fizzy confident juice or seltzer, fizzy flirty juice or seltzer, focused, happy, inspired, playful. Those are all pretty self explanatory. Fizzy suspicious juice, though, is it makes your Sims uncomfortable. And fizzy toe fizz juice, that makes them happy. And then you can make kombucha with flowers. You get focused.
Of course, you can make kombucha.
Of course.
The booch. Herbal kombucha makes you energized. Grimbucha makes you sad. And then there's unique flavors from other installed packs. You can make plasma juice, fizzy plasma juice, and that makes vampires happy, but it makes normal Sims uncomfortable. Honey juice makes Sims happy, and strange juice makes them possessed. The honey juice came from seasons, the plasma juice came from vampires, and fizzy juice came from paranormal.
This reminds me of like a soda stream is what it sounds
Yes.
like.
Yeah, good point. Yep.
I have a soda stream and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to drink so much more just like fizzy water. And then I'm like, I hate fizzy water. This is terrible. I just drink regular water.
Yeah, I don't do fizzy water either, but I drink a lot of Pepsi Max. And it's obviously a lot of like cans that go to waste.
Yeah.
But now I saw that SodaStream has a Pepsi syrup. So I was like, maybe I
Ooh.
should get a SodaStream.
Oh.
But the problem is, it makes an entire bottle of the stuff, and I don't think I could drink an entire bottle of the stuff before it goes flat.
Yeah, that would be my problem with it. I just need like small little amount at a time.
Yeah, exactly. So if you could just like make one glass or something, that'd be handy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'll try it.
I'm a Coke person. So, like, I don't think they have Coke. And then, like, my partner drinks soda all the time. And we're like, oh, let's try this. And then, like, he tried the diet soda one that they have that comes with it. And it didn't taste like either of them. It tasted more like a Kroger brand. And he doesn't like Kroger brand stuff. He likes, like, the name brands. So, like, we kind of wasted money on that. And then, like, I don't drink much soda because too much caffeine makes me kind of panicky and it just kind of sits there. If I have friends over, I'm like, hey, do you guys want some soda? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, so this is literally just another gadget in my apartment that I don't need.
Oh dear.
I get that. I get that.
So, fabrication. I think this is a new one. Fabrication. That came with Eco Life, and you can make all kinds of stuff. And then there's a candle making table also that I will go through right after. So you can buy the dye at the fabricator, and you can use the dye on your fabricated stuff or your candles. And then you can also purchase it at the computer or rummaging through the dumpster. You've got amber orange, brick red, canary yellow, noir black. I don't know if I said that right. Sage green, shale white, sky blue, gray, houndstooth, and grim. I don't know what grim is. I've only used like the base colors there. And it's kind of annoying. You can't mix things to make a pink or like a.
Just like mixed colors like that.
Right.
That sucks.
Because like I've been doing resin. So like I've got the resin dyes and you can mix resin dyes, but this is The Sims, obviously. At level 1, you can make a fabricated voodoo doll with level 4 mischief. And then you can make a fabricated eco upgrade part, electronic upgrade part, a fabricated rug, end table, bookshelf, table light, desk, or couch. Level 2, outdoor chair or living chair. 3, dresser. 4, dining chair, dining table, common upgrade part, kitchen upgrade part, plumbing upgrade part. Level 5, floor light. Level 6, single bed. 7, double bed. 8, kids bed. 9, outdoor trellis or an outdoor couch. And level 10, fine wall decor. And then if you're in the civil engineer career and it didn't tell me what level this gets unlocked, but you can make flowers and flora rug. Candle making. You can make candles of different sizes and dyes as an alternative to lighting without power utilities. So, like, well, I guess none of the packs really came with like power outages, which kind of sucks. But if you live off the grid, that's going to be better for you to use living off the grid. Candles will shrink realistically over time when they're lit until they run out of wick. And then really quick, we're going to go through, there's like bigger gaps in the levels on here. Level 1, dipped candle. Level 3, cylindrical molded candle. 5, rectangular molded candle. 7, carved candle. 9, you can start mixing them with flowers. So you've got bluebells of bliss, lamenting lily, impish bird of paradise, cheerful chrysanthemum, rose romance, studious sage, detail-oriented daisy, aura of death flower, orchid overload, tempting tulip, snapdragon swiftness, and those go along with the moods. So like bluebells of bliss is happy, lamenting lily sad, impish bird of paradise playful, all that. And then there's painting again. If you have city living, you can paint street murals. Painting can only be developed by teens and older Sims, and reaching level 10 is required of the refined palette achievement. Different emotional states enable different paintings that have auras corresponding to the emotional state. There's confident, flirty, angry, sad, playful, and inspired. And when they're inspired, you gain painting skill faster. And then you have photography. That's another one that really disappointed me because The Sims 3, like Jessica said, like the labels were the cutest thing in the world. And then like this, I feel like it's not anything. You just like look at something and just take the picture. And then like it does say here that different cameras have different qualities, but I feel like I've used them and I don't notice different qualities, maybe because I haven't played with it enough and gotten far enough, or maybe I was just using the same stupid camera.
I do know, like, if you got the really nice camera, you can do like different sizes. You can zoom in and out. Otherwise, it's basically the same as all the other cameras in the game.
Oh. So it's the barely better digital camera. That's 85 simoleons, the lowest quality. Appreciably average digital camera, 670, medium quality. Crystal clear digital camera is 2015 simoleons. And like Jessica said, you've got landscape and portrait modes, flash control, zoom functionality, small to large pictures, and the best likelihood of outstanding photos. So, like, I think my downfall is I used that one on the pedestal a lot more for like wedding pictures. So that's probably why I don't notice anything different. And then you use the left mouse for most of the photography controls. It didn't go into detail here, but if you have what did you call that? Machino? Is that how you say it? Mosquito?
Oh, the mosquito pack, yeah.
Mosquito.
Yeah.
No, it's actually mosquito, but we just say mosquito because blech.
Right.
Close enough.
You get like poses and stuff with that. So it's kind of like boring poses too. And then if you have more than one sim, like I don't think they go together. Where like if you're taking like a romantic picture, like after their wedding, you're not going to be able to really get them like posing together in a really cute pose. It's going to be someone like blowing a kiss and someone with their leg kicked up. Yeah. So you take photos by clicking your phone and you go into the entertainment tab or clicking cameras. And then you just go take photo with. You can take a selfie with another sim or take photo of, and you take a picture of that other sim and then you take the photo. Photos can be hung on a wall, placed on a surface, or sold. They also can be framed or have filters applied to alter how they look, and you can do that after. Like you can put the frame on there and then you can go back onto your wall and like change the filter or change the frame. And then also, I think at some point there was a digital picture frame too. I think it came with Moschino. I can't remember, and it wasn't in this.
It came with Moschino.
That makes sense. I'm not going to go through how to take pictures. You can have fun trying to figure that out yourself and level it up a little bit. And then you've got cross stitch. That came with cottage living. It says choose from 3 different size hoops and get stitching. Just be aware of resting stitch face. I don't understand that. I get it's resting bitch face, but
Yeah.
They're sometimes their puns are okay. Sometimes it's just like, guys, stop.
It's
Just walk away. Walk away.
it's a reach on that one.
Walk away.
It's a reach.
Just put it down.
Yep.
And walk away.
Trying too hard. Too hard.
so you learn new patterns with each level up, but you can also talk to folks in town, and some small critters can give you patterns too. You can cross specific patterns, and I'll go over those. You can use a photo to stitch from reference, and it's like the paint from reference. And I feel like too, just bringing it back to that, the paint from reference in Sims 3 looked better than the Sims 4. It's very pixely and like not in a fun way.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the paint from reference in Sims 4.
It doesn't look like anything ever.
No.
And then you get stuck behind walls sometimes too. Like I want to take a
Yeah.
picture of like my husband, and it's like he's stuck behind a wall. Oh, I guess I gotta paint the wall. I've not cross-stitched yet at all, so I don't know what the pictures actually look like when you stitch from reference. But if you have nifty knitting stuff, Sims with a high knitting skill will learn the cross-stitch skill faster. So level unlocks. Simple patterns, level 1, and that's a rainbow, a shape, and a stick figure. Level 2, phrases and mascots. Darby, I don't know Darby. Dogs welcome, Sims tolerated. Into fitness, keep calm, keep swimming. Larry the lobster, laugh, love, get to know. I don't like that. Llama, you are more than who you were. When opportunity knocks, open the door. Live every day like it's Taco Tuesday. This took forever. And then Yamachan, which was the
Snowy Escape mascot.
Yeah.
These all seem like very Karen-y things.
Yes.
Yeah, stuff that Karen would have in her living room.
I was gonna say basic white mom, but is that not what a Karen is?
Yeah, I think so. Apologies to anyone named Karen, but yeah.
We love you, nice Karens. If you're a mean Karen, go away. Level 3 nature, and you get blueberries and raspberries, mushrooms, pumpkins, advanced pumpkins. I don't know what an advanced pumpkin is.
Advanced pumpkin cow plant.
Oh, okay. So what's that?
I'm not sure. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh.
I would assume it's a cow plant that looks like a pumpkin, though.
An aubergine, a lettuce, and a watermelon. Sims and animals and food is level 4, and you get a chicken, fox, gnome, Agnes Crumplebottom, which is Ava's favorite person.
Oh, absolutely. I am working on building a shrine in one of my houses that's just full of cross stitches of her. Just every wall to ceiling, everywhere.
I want to see this.
I love it already.
It's going to be glorious.
And then you've got bird, cat, cow, dog, llama, llama corn, and a rabbit. Is a llama corn like a unicorn?
Oh god, that reminds me of that song that used to be like on the ye olden days of the internet, the infant days of the internet. There's a llama, there's a llama,
There's a llama.
llama duck. I don't know why. Oh my god, that's a deep pull. Deep pull.
It's so weird. I was just listening to one of my other podcasts today, and one of the hosts went off singing that song. I'm like, what the heck? So for that to show up twice in one day,
I fucking love that. I was once a tree house. I lived in a cake, but I never saw the way the orange slayed the rake. I was only 3 years dead, but I told a tale, and I was a little child to the safety rail. Did you ever see a llama kiss a llama on a Oh God, why do I still know this? Am I clinging to my youth? Maybe, but 'twas a good
Maybe.
time.
It was.
It was a very good year. Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is
Oh,
like
no.
old YouTube?
Yeah, nah, that was before the days
Before
of YouTube, my
YouTube.
friend. This
Oh.
was the good old days of albino black sheep and Newgrounds.
Yes.
Oh my
like
God.
the hamster.
Badger, mushroom.
mushroom. Oh, fucking love that. And then when Lord of the Rings became popular, it was the potato song. It was the
And
taters.
also, they're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Guard. Oh man. Okay, for you youngins who were born in like the late 90s, early 2000s, you won't get this. Probably not even the ones who were born in the mid 90s, but my God, that was like before YouTube, before anything like that you have today was a thing. There was albino black sheep. Look it up, it may still be around. And just enjoy this gift from us to you,
Yes.
because my God, it was in a treasure trove. I don't know if any of you guys like knew him, but there was a creator on Newgrounds called Legendary Frog, and
No.
he made these Art and Kerrigan shorts, and I think it was also him who made the Final Fantasy, like just like a little Final Fantasy song. I'm gonna have to look it up and link it to you because it's amazing. Anywho, carry on. Llamas.
Yep.
Also, if you were born in the year like 2000, just be careful because you might be too young to be on Newgrounds. Or, I'm not your parent. I don't care what you do. Just be careful.
Newgrounds I think is 16 plus. There is an 18 plus section, but then you actually have to have an account and confirm your age and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, but to be fair, I haven't been on Newgrounds in like at least 12, 13
15
years.
Yeah.
So
I think 15 years for me.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, so
We went on the other day because there was a video that's been circulating on TikTok, and apparently this video is older. It was an Animal Crossing video. I'm not going further than that. Because if you're on TikTok, you might have seen like cleaner versions of this video now.
I'm concerned now.
I am too.
But yeah, no, Newgrounds can be like their 18 plus section is 18 plus
for a reason.
For a reason.
And I was like, I'm 32 and I didn't need to see this.
No, most of the stuff that's on the Newgrounds 18 plus stuff is something that people don't need to see. Like there's hentai videos, there's hentai games, like those like choose your own adventure games. There's lots of tentacles and big tits is what I remember from the one time my friend was like, hey, check this out, and I was like, no thank you, never again.
So Rule 34, is that what it is?
Yep, pretty much. If you can think about it, like if you can think of it, someone has made porn about it. That's basically it. Yeah. It's the internet can be a fun place, but it can be a scary place, so please be safe.
Yes.
Use it responsibly.
Back in our day, we had LimeWire, and we didn't have that option. We thought we were.
No, we gave our computers STDs on a daily basis just so we could spend like 2 hours downloading a song.
I remember I was like
hopefully
12, and my cousin, he's a computer engineer, and like my computer wasn't working, and my cousin looked it over and he goes, you need to delete LimeWire. There's stuff on there that you're not old enough to see. And I'm like, what do you mean? And like, apparently there was stuff on there like hidden that I didn't even know about. I just remember the Bill Clinton thing, but apparently there was stuff like hidden in the songs I would download
Oh no.
Wow.
and videos and movies and
I
stuff.
once remember trying to download Ice Age off of LimeWire, and I had downloaded a porno.
Oh
Oh no.
So got nuts, but not the type I was looking for.
No.
And I was like 14, 15, and I was like, delete. But then we spent like, oh, Jesus Christ, this was, because I spent days downloading it, because this was back in the
Yes.
day when if you had like 10 kilobytes per second, that was super fast internet.
Mm-hmm.
But that was also when Charmed was still a thing, and we, being in Belgium, could not, like, when new episodes came out in America, we'd had to wait for months and months and months and months before we could actually see them. And
Wow.
my friend and I would download them via LimeWire. Like, we would get up in the morning before we went to school and start the download, and then go to school. And if we were lucky, when we came back, we would have like the first half of the episode, and then we would start watching it until we couldn't anymore. So that's what we did with LimeWire.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you absolutely had to run your antivirus and maybe like defrag your computer a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just remember like at one point my Norton going like, what the fuck is all of this? This is
Yeah.
not a good
What are
time.
you doing to me?
Yeah, pretty much. So kids, just be careful, you know.
Yeah.
When you download things, I'm not telling you not to download things. You know, you do you, but get yourself a good antivirus.
Yeah.
Learn from our
Yes.
mistakes.
Trust us, we grew up in the wild west of the internet. We know.
I'm
Yep.
still surprised that my computer at one point did not catch fire. Like literally catch fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And fortunately, the whole internet banking thing wasn't a thing yet, because if I had done any like kind of financial transactions or whatever on that computer, like in the state it was in at that point, I'm pretty sure everybody in China would have my passwords. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have no money.
Also, passwords. Please change them, because
Regularly.
coming from someone who has had that happen several times because they're not smart enough to generate a new password, please change your passwords.
Yeah, don't keep using the same password over and over and over again. I'm
No.
also one of those dinguses.
Yeah, Google had to yell at me that I had to change some of my passwords because they
Yeah.
were almost all the same.
Yeah, that, or you
It's
get like a notification like, oh, there's been a data leak for this website. Your password was compromised. Oh, we see that you use this password on these 15 sites as well, so maybe change those too. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, Google Chrome is like, hey, your password's on the dark web. You might want to change this password. And I'm like, no.
Living on the edge.
And then one of those days, your Netflix account or your Spotify account gets hacked, like me.
Mm-hmm.
I had someone actually hack my Spotify account, change my payment plan to a family plan, and was then giving that information, that login information, to other people on the internet so that they could use my Spotify account. So I was like, why are there playlists of Latin music on here? I don't listen to this crap. What the fuck? And that's how I found out that there were apparently groups on Facebook specifically for people who do this. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, if that's the idea, I just contacted them and had them delete my my profile completely. I was like, this is like the 50th time that I've had trouble with you guys. I'm done with Spotify.
Aww.
And I used Deezer for a while, for a couple of years, but it didn't have the same type of music that I liked, and I had problems with that too. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go back to Spotify, get myself a really, really good password, which I have now. It's just like random. I just sort of like smashed into my keyboard, and that's my password now. So I was like, all right, fine, we'll give you another chance, Spotify. But they keep fucking me over sometimes.
And bringing it back to Sims related, I've
heard
there
it is.
Yeah, people doing that with like Origin. Like people will like hack their other people's passwords, play their games, buy new games on their accounts.
Yeah. what the shitty thing with Origin as well is that sometimes I've had that several times. I don't know if they've patched it out. I haven't had it recently, but they would just automatically log you out.
It still does.
Yeah.
And then I would log back in with the password that I know is correct because I wrote it down.
Yes.
And it was like, oh no, your password's not right. And I was like, yes, it is. And I was like, fine, I'll change my password, which is also a whole ordeal with Origin. Don't even fucking get me started on that. I would change the password and I would type in the password that I previously used, and it was like, oh, you can't use the password that you already used. But you just told me that it was incorrect. You just told me that it was incorrect. So how could I have already have used it if you told me that it wasn't correct? So there's that.
I would always think I was losing my mind. I'm like, I swear to God, this was my current password.
Yeah.
I once used a password that was along the lines of like "fuck you Origin 123 exclamation point," something like
Hey!
that, so that I knew that it was that password, and they still said it was incorrect. I was like, what the? So yeah, no, Origins. I think we're on knitting. Are we on knitting?
Yeah, I think we're on knitting.
Well, there was Stitch from reference, but it's cheese, milk, eggs, beef Wellington, chocolate pie, crumpets, pumpkin pie, and Yorkshire pudding.
Meh.
Because cottage living, I keep wanting to say cottage core. Cottage living.
I mean, also accurate.
yes.
Basically, yeah.
It's like European.
British.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're in knitting. You had the whole Sims 4 nifty knitting stuff. That was its own pack. I really liked the whole rocking chair. I love rocking chairs, but it sucks because like on the Sims 3 store, they had like the rocking chair with the baby room, and I loved that because like you could rock your baby. It was so cute. But
Yeah, the rocking chairs in Sims 3 came with Supernatural, and you
okay.
could actually rock your baby or your toddler in that. And I tried that with the baby in Sims 4, and I was like, I thought you could do this, but you can't, and that really pisses me off. Like, literally, babies are so useless in Sims 4.
They
Yeah.
are. They really are.
Like, you just keep giving me more excuses not to have any Sims 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so get comfortable and turn on some tunes because it's time to knit. Use your talents to dress your family, decorate your house, or make some simoleons. No wrong answers here, just get to stitching. I can't remember exactly when the Etsy knockoff in The Sims came out.
Flopsy!
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was when they released Nifty Knitting.
Yeah,
They patched that in.
it was with the Nifty Knitting update.
Plopsy. You can
I still cannot with that because it just
takes too long.
no, it's just a plopsy. It reminds me of like
Oh.
like it's like a euphemism for poops.
Yes, I see it.
It sounds like dropsy. So I think
Yeah.
of disease.
Yeah, there's just that there are better names you could have gone for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Netsy even.
Fetsy, I just anything.
Not Fetsy.
Anything but plopsy.
Yeah.
It also kind of reminds me of cropsy, which is a whole other story.
Yeah.
That we're not going to get into. If you're a true crime fan, you know what I mean. But yeah, no, knitting was fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love. Obviously, I've made a whole granny cult around knitting.
You have made that granny cult. That was super cool.
Yes.
That's one thing that I also haven't gotten into yet. Like, to be fair, since I started my new job, I haven't been able to play The Sims at all, and this all kind of came out around then. But like, I haven't gotten to do that, and that looks really fun, or cross stitching, or anything fun. But you can sell these, you can gift them, sell them on, I'm going to say Etsy because I don't like the other word. Donate them to charity, or you can make a baby onesie and the baby can wear it in the bassinet, but you're not going to be able to look at the baby hardly anyway. So
that's like literally one thing you can do with babies. Can
Right.
change their onesie, and that's about it.
Yep.
Sims can pause and resume knitting projects at any time or frog them to discard and recover a few simoleons that were spent on materials.
For people who don't know the jargon when it comes to like knitting and crocheting and such, frogging means undoing your work. When you messed up or you made
Okay.
something and you don't like it, you want to recuperate the yarn, you can frog the project. There's just undoing what you
And
did.
Okay.
It's called frogging because you're ripping the yarn, or rip it,
Yep.
ribbit,
Yeah,
ribbit.
That's
exactly.
cute.
Yep,
Look, man, crochet and knitting terminology is delightful.
it is.
It really is.
I highly recommend learning.
Ask me what a UFO is.
Yes.
What is a UFO?
What is a UFO, Jess?
Unfinished object.
There we go.
Oh.
I have so many of those.
I do too. I have a whole bin of them.
Me too. Got my UFO bin. It's like shit you get started on and then you get distracted by something else and you just leave it and it just, or you get started on it and you're like, maybe this is too hard and you leave it. Got so many.
So many. All the sweaters I talked about.
I literally have a shawl in there that's like 10 rows and that's it. I just threw it aside.
Mm-hmm.
So you also pause and resume your knitting projects at any time, just like your Sims.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then if you have cottage living, llama wool can be used to negate knitting costs. Okay, here we go, real quick through skill levels. Level 1, you make bear beanies and tiger beanies for toddlers and older, and animal clothing if cottage living is installed. 2, crew socks, low-cut socks, mid-calf socks for children and older. 3, mailbox cozies and hanging plant holders. 4, cable knit rugs. 5, sweaters for children and older, and you can teach them to knit. 6, poof chairs.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like a big, kind of like a beanbag chair, but a little more sturdy.
Oh, okay.
They're really cute.
7 decorative plushies, including an octopus, a penguin, a cactus, and a llama. 8 onesies for babies and toddlers. 9 sweater, scarf combos for teens and older. 10 Claire the Bear and Little Grim toys. And then you can mentor other Sims so that their knitting skill improves faster. And if anybody didn't know, when you're like level 10, you can mentor Sims, but I think you have to unlock that.
Fun fact though, Claire the Bear is also a returning kind of character in The Sims. I think she was first
Really?
introduced in Sims 1. She came to ruffle through your garbage. It was Claire the
Oh.
Bear.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she had like a little tutu on or something, but yeah, she was there. And I love the fact that you can make a little plushie of her now.
Yeah. And also, if you have a sim that's about to die, you can give them the Little Grim toy, and he'll be like, "Oh, okay, you're good. I'll see you later."
Aw, that's
Yep.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like the Death Flower from Sims 3 then.
Yes.
Kind of like
Oh.
one get out of jail free card.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then our last thing is canning, and that came with cottage living. That seems like to be a thing that has kind of popped up a lot lately too, because my friend started talking about like canning her own vegetables and stuff. And I guess like we're quarantining, like a lot of old school type stuff came back to be fun again.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, if I had my own vegetable garden, I would probably look to see if I could, like, can or preserve my own vegetables as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just not cost effective to buy fresh fruits and vegetables and then can them.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, if it's from your own garden, the quality will probably be better than what you find in most stores.
Yeah.
But if you're just getting, like, low quality or just, like, meh quality fruits and veg, like, is it even worth it?
No, honestly, if you're just buying your stuff from the store, just keep buying it from the store. But
Yeah.
if you're like growing it, because that's part of the reason why like people can, is because they grow so much that they don't know what to do with it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like if I like my friend has in her old house, she had plum trees in her garden, and she used to make plum wine out of them and
Ooh.
jam, pickled plums, stuff like that. 'Cause she would have so many plums. Like it's not something. Oh, I'll make a pie out of them. No, you'd have to make like 50 pies. And she would have to make these things just to be able to use them so they wouldn't go bad. But if you're like, oh, I want to make like, I don't know, pickled vegetables or like pickles, pickled cucumber. Oh, I'll get cucumber from the store. And no, just get a bowl
Just
of
get a
pickles.
jar.
Get a jar
Yeah.
of pickles.
So that kind of sounds like a lot challenge that comes with
Yeah.
cottage living, simple living, where you have to use ingredients of your own household. And then, like, I know some of them go bad, like apples and stuff, I don't think go bad, but then
Nope.
I noticed
Eggs go
watermelon.
bad. I think meat goes bad. The new stuff that you grow, like I think the giant crops and stuff, that
Yeah.
goes bad.
Oh, yeah.
The eggs go bad, the milk goes off, stuff like that. So you do have to, actually use them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, you literally, if you use that challenge, you literally cannot cook anything if you don't have the ingredients. So you either have to grow
Oh.
it in your garden yourself or you have to buy it from the grocery
Yep.
store.
Like real life.
Yep. So you have to like get a grocery delivery, get a bunch of shit, and then click on your fridge and see what you can cook.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
literally it's you have these ingredients, these are the meals you can make. If you don't have, say, I don't know, milk, you can't make the milk bread. If you don't
Mhm.
have red meat, you can't make the beef Wellington. If you don't have this one particular thing,
You're not making it.
what I do think is kind of like a lost opportunity, I wish they could have implemented this, was like literally go over to your neighbor and go like, hey, I'm missing this ingredient. Do you have it? Can you spare a cup of
Yeah.
sugar?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Especially since they're like, Henford on Bagley or whatever it is like, oh, it's such a close-knit community and you can do things for each other and, we help each other out. Would be nice if you could pop over to your neighbor and go like, I'm trying to make omelets, but I don't have any eggs. Do you have any? Like, I'll trade you milk. Or
Yeah.
I have these pumpkins for my garden. I will give you a pumpkin if you give me milk. That would be cool.
That would be cool. I like that idea.
I don't know. Hey, modders, maybe you guys can take a look at it, and then at some point, maybe
Yeah.
EAA will put it in an upgrade.
Yeah.
I'm not salty
Or-
about that at all.
No, not at all.
Jess, you need to talk to your Sims friends.
I think we discussed this last time. I'm not in the know anymore because I would not have dropped all of that news right before Social Bunny came
that
out.
was such shitty
Twice.
timing, man.
I was so upset. Every day was something new.
I mean, it's like, here, have like 5 new kits. Here, have an upgrade for a spa day. Have this, have that. It's like, guys, we did Social Bunny yesterday. Where were you last week?
Yes.
Oh,
Literally the day after we recorded.
That's always going to be the case, though. It's always going to be that.
I know. This was just the worst.
They know our update schedule.
They're doing
So
this
they're
on
like,
purpose.
We
Yes.
can't let them win.
No. Going down, EA.
So with the canning, it's a hobby attached to the cooking skill. Sims can collect and grow various produce, fruit, vegetables, eggs. You're not really growing eggs, but okay. And mushrooms to preserve in small jars for storage. Players can do this by clicking on any oven or stovetop and choosing the canning option. Sims can then make any various recipes available unless they have the simple living lot challenge, which is what we talked about before.
Yeah.
And besides baking, that was all that I could really find on The Sims. And baking really, I don't think, is really crafting the way they do it, because it's just like,
I don't know, man. If you look at those llama cookies that Jess made,
Yeah.
that is art. But I do have to point out with canning was available in The Sims 3. And you could make things like canned corn, canned pickled cucumbers. You could make jams from all the fruits.
yeah.
And I really liked it because once you had like your jar of jams or preserves, you could have it with like on bread or on scones, and like they would then have a plate of scones or whatever to eat. With the jams in Sims 4, I don't know if it's possible. I haven't found it yet. But basically the only way I can see that they can eat the jams is with a spoon. And okay, I know we've all had rough days. We've all been there where we just grabbed a jar of jam or peanut butter or Nutella and a spoon and just, soothe our souls for a little bit. But really, are you always going to eat jam with a spoon? No, you're going to put it on bread.
No.
Right.
That's what it's for.
And you're letting us make bread in The Sims 4. We can bake bread. We can make the milk bread now. Like, why won't you let us put our jam on our bread? What? Literally, just a jar of jam and a spoon.
Yeah.
It feels like half-assing it again for me. Like, would it really have killed you to, like, change instead of, like, if you opened the jar, it would have just turned into a little plate with some bread and some jam?
Why also, because we have grilled cheese and we had other sandwiches, why couldn't we have like, and I think there's a peanut butter and jelly that's like a quick thing. Why couldn't we just have like a plate of peanut butter and jelly with like different
Exactly. I
jellies?
mean, I'm pretty sure like there's a modder out there somewhere who can do that, but it just feels like a lazy issue for me again.
Yes.
Like they made the jam, okay, what are we going to do with the jam now? Just let them spoon it out, it's fine. No, let us put it on bread.
Yeah.
Let us use it as an ingredient in like a cake or in a donut or whatever. Let us do something with it except for just spooning it out of the jar.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm bringing the
It's
salt again. I
okay.
really do still enjoy Sims 4 on some aspects, but some parts of it just make me mad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You will
agreed.
always have that salt.
So,
As we just learned, literally everything here is not new. And it is just a reiteration of what was there before with maybe some new items. Not
that's
really.
the thing. Like, it's been done better in older
Yes.
expansions. Like, in
Yeah.
older generations of The Sims, it was done better.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're just sort of like giving us, hey, remember this thing? Here it is, but only half finished.
Right.
Like, okay, the canning station and stuff was a store item for The Sims 3, but my god, it was done well.
Yeah.
And it came with like a big, I think that was with the bakery stuff, it came with like a big rack that you could fill with all your little jars. I always like had a basement or some kind of room for my Sims where they had the canning station and all of the stuff from their gardens, like what they didn't sell or what they didn't use or put in the fridge, they would can, and they would have like a rack full of like jams and preserves and everything, so that there was always some kind of food in the house. Because that's like the kind of pantry that I would like, you know, something where you're just like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I'm out of pickles. Oh, I'll go to the pantry. Oh shit, we're out of strawberry jam. Oh, there's like 5 jars in the pantry. Go get it. Okay. So that's something I really enjoyed. And that's not
Yeah.
really something you can do here because canning literally doesn't add anything extra. It just gives you a jar of something in your inventory that you can then eat with a spoon.
Yeah.
Whereas before it's like, oh, we'll have tea. Cool. Go get a jar of jam and we have scones.
Oh, yeah.
And this is literally like an English countryside town. And you're telling me y'all don't have scones? Excuse me?
Seriously?
Rude.
Yeah.
Just rude. Culturally insensitive.
Yes.
Was there not scones with the baking? I thought there was scones, but it's just basic scones.
I don't even know.
Yeah. I think there's. Yeah, you can't add jam to
No,
it.
the
That's
fact that you
all.
can't
Right.
put jam and clotted cream on it is just a disgrace. Who eats their scones dry? If you eat your scones dry, you're a monster. There, I said it.
Yeah. Monster.
Here in the US, Starbucks sells scones, and it's just like a blueberry scone.
No. No.
Like, you'll eat it, and it's like, bleh.
No.
It's very dry.
It's dry.
A scone like a scone is supposed to be dry. It's literally you have your cold butter and your flour, and you like mix it all up like you would make like a pie crust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you add your liquid, but you don't over mix it. You just pack it all together until it comes together, because scones are supposed to be layers of flaky crust.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. And they are very dry. That's why you eat them with jam and clotted cream.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat them
And
plain.
okay, yeah, you can put raisins in it, although I have some British friends who would kill me if I put raisins in my scones. You could put raisins in it, you could put dried fruit in it, whatever. But you always have to have some kind of topping, because otherwise they're just too dry, because they are a dry pastry, because they are used as a vessel for the jam and the cream.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you carry that shit to your mouth. Just saying. But yeah, I can keep going on and on about how most of these little things from The Sims just just about fall short.
Mm-hmm. So close, and yet so far.
I'm not gonna.
We have pies. Why can't we put canned stuff in the pies?
There we go. That would be nice.
Mhm.
Oh, look, I made cherry preserves. Oh, cool. We'll make a cherry pie out of them. Or in order to make this cherry pie, you need to make your cherry preserves first.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That I would like. But no, I guess that was
too much. Too much to ask for. Anyway.
Enough salt for right now.
Yeah.
Just wait till the next episode.
So we're going to wrap up this episode. We hope you enjoyed listening to all about the crafting in The Sims. Hope you are intrigued to start crafting either with your Sims or in real life. Let us know if you do either. That would be fun.
Hopefully this inspired you. If you have any questions about crochet, hit me up. If you have any questions about knitting, hit up Jess.
Yeah, we'll help you.
I suck. Yeah, but if you guys have any questions about crafting, you can contact us on the socials.
Yep. We are Plumbobcast on Instagram and Twitter. We are Plumbob Podcast on Reddit, Under the Plumbob Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr. We have a brand new website, thanks to Julia. It is undertheplumbob.com.
It's so pretty.
It is gorgeous. I'm in love with our website.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have a contact form there where you can reach out to us. Or you can email us. We are undertheplumbob.podcast@gmail.com. Subscribe, rate, and review. We are on pretty much every podcast app imaginable. If we're not, let us know. Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, Google Play, Pandora. Rate us on Apple Podcasts. 5-star review. Let us know what your favorite craft is.
If it's not 5 stars, we don't want it.
Yep, 5 stars. All the 5 stars.
Yep.
Thanks to all 3 of us because we all contributed to this script.
Yes, we did. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Heck yeah!
Yeah.
I got all my information from the Sims Wiki, so
I did too.
Same.
Yeah, I think that most of our information always comes from the Sims Wiki.
Yeah.
Sims Wiki doing a world of good for us.
Yeah, just the hardest men and women, the hardest working men and women in the Sims community. Really, those guys.
Yep.
But yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
But
thanks for listening. Save your game.
Save your game for the love of God.
yes.
Change your passwords.
Change your passwords. Don't use LimeWire.
Yeah.
Get a good antivirus.
Yes. Now we're gonna go back to the real world. So
Yay.
Bye-bye.
bye everybody.
Bye bye.
Barish. Dag dag.